Okay, well today I'm going to show you how to make jewelry with leftover pour from doing pour painting or fluid painting. And so what you need to do this is this diamond glaze, which I found on Amazon. And you need an X-Acto knife for cutting the paint, some E6000 to adhere the paint over pour into the form. Now Amazon has these sets where you can get earring sets for doing this, plus the little copacons that go on top, and I'll show you those. And then they have an assortment of different pendant pieces. There's square, there's a heart shape, there's a circle, there's even a teardrop. And the only one of these that you need a jump ring for are the oval ones because they're flat, and you need the jump ring to put in it to have the cord go through this way so it will hang properly. So I have a few of them that I've already done to show you. There's one that was done with an over pour of some purple and red. Then there's the heart. And then I've got one of those fancy ones, I call it, where you have to put the jump ring in the top to make it hang correctly around your neck. So that's what we're going to make. And what you want to do is when you have over pour from when you're doing your projects with fluid painting or pour painting, is I save them in these sheet protectors. And because they do still be a little sticky, and this way it keeps them from sticking to each other. And then you take out the one that you want to work with. Like I have this beautiful piece right here. I mean, this is going to make some really gorgeous stuff. I've already cut some out, and we'll put those together. And I'll show you how we do this. So I'm using just a tile. That you can use a piece of wood, but the tile is nice because it has this shiny surface on it, the enamel part of it. And so the paint, when you cut it out, it doesn't stick to this. So this was just something I came up with instead of doing it on top of cardboard or a piece of wood. So you want to find a spot on your overpour that looks interesting. Now I like this part right here. So I thought what I would do is do an oval. And so I'm going to take out a cabochon that's the shape that I want to use. So there's the oval one right there. And I'm going to lay it down and kind of look at the design underneath to see if I want to move it. There's so many combinations on this one piece of blue. But I kind of like this spot. And I'm going to turn it this way. I mean, you can turn them around. You can turn them in any direction you want. So I put it on there, and what's neat about this is it'll actually kind of stick so you can see. But that's the spot I chose. And that's what's going to show up in the necklace. So then, just like with now the earring pieces, they're small. They're only a 1/2 inch. So you have to be careful when you're cutting around these. So you want to hold the cabochon with your finger like this. Take your X-Acto knife and very carefully cut down around it. Put your blade right up next to it. Just like this. Because it's an acrylic pour, it's going to have that, it'll kind of stick to your cabochon while you're cutting it, which makes it much easier. You want to make sure you cut all the way through. And the way I can tell is I lift this, hey, you're not supposed to be under there. Lift the part up that's going to be torn away from it. And if it comes up clean, then I've cut it really well. Ta-da! Oh, that looks great. And I see a little bit of, bit sticking out. So if I pull this up off of here, this is what the necklace will look like from the outside. Now, you take the form that you're going to put it in, and I've chosen the one that uses the jump ring, to show you how to do that. The others are easy. You just fish the necklace. Oh, and they do have these necklaces already. They come in different lengths. It's a cord with the chain and the lobster claw already on them. So I'm going to take this one, and all I want to do is put about 3 drops on the form itself. So I'll put one in the center, one a little bit above it, and a little bit of that, because it's going to spread out when I go to press the over pour paint piece in it. So I'm going to peel that off of the Kabokin. Like that. And I want to place it right inside the form. Give it a nice little gentle touch. And see, that's what it looks like before you put the Kabokin on top. What the Kabokin does is it's since it's convex, it creates a shiny effect. And this is where you take your diamond glaze. And I learned about this online. And I'm putting 1 dot in the center. And what I'm going to do is just kind of make a thin layer of it. And it gives some more shine to the paint underneath. And flat, these are rounded on one side and flat on the other. You want to make sure you get the flat side ones. Place it right on top of that. Give it a nice little squeeze or push down on it. That's another reason why these glazed tiles are wonderful to use for your work surface. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. And then I usually pick it up and I'll give it a nice little hand squeeze this way. And the great thing about the glue that's under there, it dries clear. I mean, completely clear. And now you can see the beautiful design that's in there. Hopefully you can see that, how it shines underneath. It's gorgeous. Now with the jump ring, they actually give you the jump rings with the necklace sets. With these pendant pieces, they give you those. So you take out a jump ring. I had to test to see if the, with the ones that go side to side, you can just fish you can just take the necklace part from the chain end and just feed it through there and it goes right through. Just like, I mean, it's made for them. So you don't have to use a jump ring. However, with this particular pendant, you do need the jump ring because this chain is too thick to go through the jump ring by itself. So here's the trick. You take your jump ring. I'm just using 1 pair of pliers. You can use 2, one on either end, twist it open. Then place your cord in the jump ring. Then take your pendant and put it on there. And then while you're holding that cord down, twist that jump ring shut. Let's see if I can get this without making, there we go. Make sure you don't catch the cord in the pinching of the jump ring or it'll put a little nick in it. And so now it hangs like it should. Just like it should. So the necklaces are really easy. And the earrings are just as easy. The only difference is they're a lot smaller. So let's do a pair of earrings real quick. I'm trying to, oh, I have it turned around. I'm trying to put the clasp on this little guy. And what I do is I try to find a spot on the overpour that kind of matches the pendant so you can have a pair of matching earrings and necklace. So this was a square one I did. This is for earrings. This is how tiny they come out. And cutting around those is kind of tricky. These have a couple little nubs because it's hard to make it perfectly smooth when you've got something this small. You don't want any little points on them because they'll hang over the edge of your form for the earrings. So the earrings, like I said, they come all red. You don't have to put jump rings on them and add the little piece with the decorative part on it. It's already connected. That makes it real easy. Again, you're going to take just a small drop, because these are smaller, small drop of E6000 on there. There's a new E6000 that came out, and I have a thing of it somewhere. Can't find it right now, so I'm using the original. And then you take the paint, cut out, a little piece cut out, and stuff it in there. I'll do it with the other one too, since I put glue on both of them. I love that the acrylic paint will stick to the kabokin when you're cutting it, because then it doesn't slide around. It makes it so much easier. So there's those. And then give it a little love tap with my finger so the E6000 grabs it inside the form. Like that. And then the tiniest drop of this diamond glaze, it's actually an adhesive. So I'm going to put a drop in the center there, a drop in the center there. And this will last you forever. I mean, it's just, you're using very little of it. And then take the little round kabokin, put it on top of each one. And you don't need to worry if you want to press it down into the form so that it gets kind of flush with the top. If it slides around, you can maneuver it. It doesn't like instantly dry. And I just take my finger and wipe the edge of any excess that might ooze out. Like that one. I pick them up to push them in because it just is easier. And makes them more snug. This in there, you have a pair of earrings. So you've got earrings. And necklace. And they match pretty good. I mean, have the same colors. It's cut from the same overpour. And that's the easiest jewelry I've ever made. I mean, now the set of the preformed backs, the set comes with silver and what's like a bronze or an antique gold color. I'll use for the more warmer colors, like the golds and the oranges. And then I've got to find these with the same ends on them so that they'll actually match. But I'm sure I'll be able to find those online. If not, I can always switch these out. You can you can just buy the cord like this and get the end findings for it and crimp them on there with your pliers. And you can get these little chain pieces separate and crimp it on the other side. You can make them whatever length you want. I got the 20-inch necklaces for these because that's typically what people like this. A lot of people don't want it real close up on their neck, so I got the 20-inch ones. So this is the most fun I've had making jewelry in a while, and you can get some really great results. As you see, all these pretty little designs, and they're all different, every single one of them. I don't have any green ones yet. I don't have any, but eventually I'll have all different kinds. And these are great for gifts, party gifts, birthday, whatever. And this is all stainless steel, so it's hypoallergenic. And hopefully you'll try this out and let me know. And let me know what you think of this new jewelry. And I hope that you will get to be more creative with your art and painting like I'm doing. God bless everyone.